Happy Sunday and welcome along to the Allen University Coaches Show. Big show for you. We're in the midst of men's and women's basketball, full slate of upcoming events, and we'll recap the activities that's taken place most recently. Back with more.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead. Whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community, we're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
And welcome back to the campus of Allen University, now joined by Allen University head women's basketball coach LaToya Jones. Coach, I'm wondering now if you've been able to unpack your luggage after being away for 6 consecutive road trips, finally able to get back in your own bed and sleep at home for once.
Yes. That's the first thing I did. I unpacked everything settled in, and it felt good to get that back sleep in my own bed, so yes.
Well, welcome back to campus finally. I guess that road swing started maybe with Morris College and trickled all the way down into conference play, continuing back in conference play. A couple of road contests starting at Tuskegee. That's one I'm sure you'd like to have back, have an opportunity to potentially upset the defending SIAC tournament champions and a very good basketball team. Let's recap that game. What went well, what went wrong for you in that environment in Tuskegee?
I think that we executed game plan perfectly for 35 minutes. And then that last 5 minutes, we started trading baskets and, we just let a few open looks at a critical time, go in, and that was the game. But I really think that our defense really stopped what they were good at. And, those are just, I want to say those are some lucky shots because in the scout, the persons that took that shot were not, very good three-point shooters, and it just happened to go in. So, I was very proud of their effort. I was disappointed, but I wasn't defeated because I knew that we did execute the game plan for 35 minutes. We just needed 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Yeah. And so, perfect segue. Now we can talk about Spring Hill. Of course, you left Tuskegee and went down to Mobile, Alabama, and another one that got away from you, but still, an opportunity was there for you guys.
Yes. And, Spring Hill, we took away all their paint presence for 3 quarters. We were going into the 4th quarter up by 2, and then, we got a little chippy, put them at the free throw line. They were a good free throw shooting team, and they were able to knock down those shots, and then they were able to trade baskets with us, and then, they just started to really execute what they're good at, which is, the dribble drive offense, and, we just came up short.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more women's hoops. This one is brought to you by the Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead. Whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community, we're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
Back out in the Rooms to Go room here on the campus of Allen University. Of course, left the road swing in Alabama, and then you took off and made another road trip as well. This time you're facing most recently Clark Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that environment and that contest. It looks like there's been some consistency where you have at least a quarter or two where struggling to get the ball in the basket. Of course, we don't have remote controllers and we can't handle the ball for them, but what's gone wrong in those scenarios for you?
What I've been trying to, express to my team, we don't use enough real estate. The basketball, the court is big. We tend to want to slice it in half and use one side. And I think that, some of the things that we do, like we will make a great play and then we think that play is going to be there over and over, but at some point the defense is going to stop it. So it's just the maturity of knowing like, hey, I need to be able to move the ball this way. Instead of getting the defense to turn their heads, I talk to them about getting them to shift. We want them to shift right to left, and that's what opens up the gap. And I think that is something at times where we're flowing and then we make one of those plays and we try to go again and then we do it again, and we just sometimes as a team we're not as aware of when it stopped and to reroute and do something else.
Well, you made that sound simple, and I would assume that these are fixes that can easily come to some type of resolve. Yes. How do the players feel about it?
They're echoing the same thing. There are players that they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, coach, my bad. They're starting to talk more in huddles. They're starting to, express different reads that are in the game. The players are still encouraged. We're still, in the fight. We got 14 more games to go, and that's encouraging. Even after a loss, we're doing great things, but it's just not enough to check that W column, and that's what we're trying to get to, So in the locker room, there's disappointment, but there's not defeat. There is, accountability, all those things, but sometimes it's hard to be accountable after the fact. You want to get it in real time. So, but we're growing, and it's a part of growing pains, right? It hurts, but it's still a part of growth. So I just feel like that if we keep doing the same things, we stay with the structure, we keep learning, we're going to grow, and we're going to be tapping in those win columns before you know it.
Yeah.
So watch out.
I believe that. It's hard to talk about individuals when you're in the midst of a losing streak. I know most coaches probably don't want to focus, but Cash has been rather consistent for you at guard play. Talk about her leadership and her role on the team.
I just think Cash is just she's a valuable asset because she, one, knows this league. For two, she is a senior, and she has a lot of experience, and she has a voice for the team. When she speaks, people want to listen, and I push her in that mode too, because a lot of times she says what I want to say, and if she could say it, then I'm just going to be quiet and let her say it. And then the fact that she's been consistent, and Cash is been just all around. I put her in the point guard. I put her at the 2 guard. You know, I try to keep her from the post, but if she is, I say take that charge. You know, and things like that. I think that Cash is able to affect both sides of the court, and that's been a valuable asset for us. The fact that I can put her anywhere for me at those crunch time moments.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the other things that you think in your mind is going to take to get rid of this losing streak, and it starts at the fact that you're finally at home, and not only at home, but you'll be playing in front of a crowd that is now back in school. So you'll get a real full Saturday this coming game against Fort Valley State.
I think that the key will be just for us coming together and trusting each other. You know, when you have so many losses, or when you go through those repeated pitfalls, you tend to lose trust in each other, or trust in the system, or trust in anything, you know. And so you're just trying to find that ray of hope to finally get to that success. And I think that, you know, with us, we just got to stick together and know that if we keep coming together, and if we keep trying to execute what we're supposed to, that, you know, things are going to work out. So it's a balance. It's not perfect, you know, but because emotions are real. Emotions are real, and, you know, you get frustrated working so hard and it's not coming, but that's a part of your process too. So if we're frustrated, we get another opportunity to try again. So it's just, you know, learning from the previous opportunity, preparing yourself for the next opportunity. That's all you can do, and just trying to keep us glued in the process.
Final segment with Coach Jones coming up in a moment. We're going to talk a little bit about those Wildcats of Fort Valley State coming into town. Back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
All right, Coach, Fort Valley State coming into town on Saturday. Talk a little bit about what you've seen from the Wildcats on film.
Fort Valley State is coming in at the top of our division. They are really going. What I will say is it's going to be a track meet. So we're going to have on track shoes and basketball shoes, because they want to go up and down. So do we. They want to play inside. So do we. They have a lot of, you know, dribble drive, offensive, sets, and then they also like to play the pack line defense. So we have to be ready to be able to execute plays and make them shift and all those things, you know, that I've been saying. But it's, you know, it's interesting preparing for certain teams. Everything doesn't change. So, you know, some things stay the same. So we're not looking to change a lot of what we're doing, but we are looking to execute in a different way with them, because what they do well. So we have to really work on executing, not just running plays, execute, not just running defense, executing defense. So that's the key vocabulary word for us, execution.
Is there any value in having, because you got a handful of ladies on the roster that they've seen Fort Valley State and some of their personnel before. Cash Hangerson, the transfer from Albany State, she's seen them before. Is there any value in that when we're talking about reviewing film and game planning, implementation? Is that any value to you and your group?
It does, because Cash is always vocal whenever we talk about anybody in the conference, but it is valuable because I can say what I scouted, but if Cash comes and say, yeah, this coach is right, it's like that extra validation because it's coming from the teammate. And so, and then, honestly with me, I'm seeing everybody for the first time, but she's talking from experience, and we echo the same things when it comes to the personnel. And so Cash has been a valuable asset. And then some of the, returning girls will add their stuff in too. So it's almost like they're taking ownership of it because she has so much investment in it.
Right. And so we get beyond Fort Valley State, and on Monday, another doubleheader. You're set to host Albany State. What do you know about them?
Well, Albany State is going to come in. They're going to zone us. They're going to, try to be aggressive, but they like to play a lot, in the half-court offense too. So we have to learn how to be disciplined for 30 seconds or less, but at least for 30 seconds. And discipline, with the right rotations and just being aggressive without fouling, because that's their game plan.
Well, I'll be there with a sledgehammer that will have the word streak on it, and we're going to try to end it emphatically and start a new streak, but a winning streak.
That's
right?
it, yes.
He's Coach Jones. I'm Jasher Cox. We'll be back with more.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
Sean Walker now joins us on the Coach's Show here at Allen University. Coach, a tough trip, some success, some quality moments to pick apart, but I know you had a couple of them that you'd like to have back in the midst of that road swing.
Yeah, 2024 has been interesting to us for sure. We've had a long stretch on the road. We were in 3 winnable basketball games. One of them, undoubtedly, we should have won. So this is a team that we're learning how to win. There's not a lot of winning that has transpired in our locker room prior to this year, and we've got to learn how to complete some of these games. Finish the game and get stops, timely stops when we need it. But we're on track. Doesn't feel like it because at the end of the night we're not up when the buzzer goes off, but we're on track, and I don't think anybody wants to play us.
Yeah. Well, the last time we spoke, we talked about Tuskegee, and we're going to dive into that one and recap it, but you weren't drinking the juice. You said despite what their record looks like, you were a little concerned because you thought they should have been a little bit better, and I'm sure they felt the same way. And toward the end of that contest with them storming back, it confirmed your thoughts about the opponent that you were playing.
No question. Tuskegee's probably arguably got the best post player in the league in Montez Jones. He's a man. They're super talented, and they beat us without their starting front court. So their starting back court. We controlled that game for 39 minutes and 48 seconds. And we weren't in control coming down the backstretch, but we led the game for that amount of time, and we just fell apart at the end. But they're a quality team, and they're going to be there at the end. They're really good and very well coached. Yeah.
Of course, after leaving Tuskegee, made the trip over to South Alabama to face Spring Hill. An opponent that you felt like will also be another difficult one, especially on the road. Let's recap that one. What went well for you, and what are some of the things where you want to see some corrections being made?
I was super concerned about Spring Hill because they try to play like us. All right, they don't play too fast. They play methodical. Spring Hill, we needed to be able to defend them for 30 whole seconds, right? And when we made a mistake, they scored. They have two, going into the game, they had one guy averaging 20 points a game who was a shooter, He got his 20, and then they had their point guard got 30. So of their 80 points, 2 guys got 50. We didn't play bad against them. We only had 7 turnovers in that basketball game. We pretty much got a shot every possession. They banked some shots off the backboard at the end of the shot clock. That was a night, the score is 63-64. We're down 1 with 2 minutes and some change. It kind of got away from us right there at the end. The game was much closer than the score indicates. But they beat us, all right? They made a play or two just at the end. And so I wasn't dissatisfied with our performance, but the sting of Tuskegee game hurts when you lose a game like that because you don't know what your momentum would be like moving forward. Obviously, emotional toughness is everything, and coaching that game is about us moving forward. And even the Bible says, morning by morning, new mercies we see, right? So my speech before that game was, isn't it good that our season didn't end at Tuskegee? And that's kind of our spiel moving forward. We've got to move on when you don't finish the job, and find a new job and try to complete that task.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
And welcome back in on the campus of Allen University. Sean Walker, head men's basketball coach. Coach, finally back at home, finally back in your own bed, and this time you play host to Fort Valley State this coming Saturday. Let's talk a little bit about the Wildcats.
Oh, Fort Valley is going to be a very tough opponent. Every opponent's tough for us, and you'll hear me say that. They're very well coached. I had an opportunity to coach against Coach Montel Jones when he was at Alcorn State, so we expect them to be super duper tough. Opponent that's trying to get kind of out of their own way as well. So this is going to be one of those battles where both teams are coming in winless over the last few games. They come off a tough loss to Edward Waters on Monday, I believe. And so we're looking forward to being home. We're looking forward to all this community support that we can get. I'm telling everybody as I move through the restaurants here and eat, you need to come to our game. You need to come offer these kids some support. And our student athletes need to be edified and motivated in the way that people want to see them and they feel that they're wanted to be seen. And that's going to be tremendous for us to stop this bleeding, so to speak, and get ourselves on a path. This is a big week for us. This is, I don't like to say must win because I don't need chalkboard talk to Fort Valley, but this is a must win for us. We need to figure out how to play well. Not only win, we need to play well. We need to play well over the total confinement of the game, and figure out what we need to do to be successful.
Yeah, you talked about the play at point guard with G. Sean, but you've got some shooters on the wing too. And I'm thinking about this environment. If you can get those guys going, making a couple of baskets, make it a difficult environment, then I know that's an added bonus for you.
Well, if those guys shoot the ball, G. Sean gets it to them. It can. I have yet to see this environment, right? We've yet to see this environment, so I'm super looking forward to it as well. But they'll get more shots at the basket, and G-Sean will be able to get up that floor with the ball much quicker when we guard better. We've got to defend. We've got to be stingy on the defensive end, and we've got to finish those possessions with rebounds. That is our biggest weakness. Our biggest weakness is finishing possessions with rebounds. And if we can do that, then our offense will be good enough to score points, and the ball will have energy, and we'll have an opportunity to really be good. We'll be a good team.
And of course, if Albany State comes to town on Monday, you got to be looking forward to hosting them as well.
It's going to be another tough opponent. They have a Division I win versus Florida A&M early in the year. At that particular time, they were 6-0 or 6-1 or something like that, and then they've kind of lost some games here or there. Going to be a tough opponent, and everybody's going to be tough for us. I don't think we haven't played a game outside of 1 or 2 possessions, win or loss, except for Clark Atlanta and Tampa. We've lost to Eckerd by 10, and we lost to Spring Hill by 12, but those were one possession games coming in the back stretch. So every game is going to be tough for us, and when we get better at rebounding and taking care of the ball and executing for full 40 minutes, maybe we can stretch our lead a little bit and finish comfortably. But I'm not looking for that anytime soon.
Well, I want to walk back that statement you just made, talking about how many close games pretty much you've had this season. In your experiences of coaching, there's got to be some positives that can potentially come out of that as you get closer to postseason play.
We have played 3 overtime games and won 2 of them. We were fortunate to beat Morris at home in overtime. We were down inside 30 seconds. Central State, Ohio, we led that game 10 or 11 points coming in down under 3 minutes and went to overtime to win. And then Tuskegee, all right? So it does speak a lot about the character I have in my locker room, that we can find a way, that looks like out of no way sometimes. So Saturday night we had these long conversations about what we need to do to win and what our mentality and attitude needs to be, what our collectiveness needs to be, how jointed we need to be seemingly in the time that we've lost 4 games. We lost 4 games, all right? We lost 4 close games. We can find a bucket here or there with a mistake any place, all right? Now let's figure out how to win 4, all right? When I was a basketball player and I was a shooter, I would tell people I might miss my first 10 shots and I'll make my next 30. Then I'm 30 for 40. And you don't even remember that I missed the 10, right? And so that's the mentality I'm trying to infringe upon our locker room right now. We're poised. I've been here before. We're poised and we're ready. I'm excited to get to practice today. I'm excited to see what Saturday is going to be like. Saturday, if we win, puts more pressure on us for Monday. Then we got Benedict. So we're looking forward to what's about to transpire.
Well said. Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
Final segment, Winnie. Well, thank you for watching the Allen University Coaches Show. I've been your host, Jasher Cox. I want to remind you to visit our website at www.auyellowjackets.com. You'll find scores, recaps, and more. It's everything that's centered around Allen University Athletics. My time is up. Thank you for yours.